It was unreal because I was in shock that this was happening.
Yeah, witness recounting that deadly incident along the coast, a boat carrying dozens of migrants capsizing, the latest on the search efforts. Services brought to a standstill, a cyber attack's impact on a major local healthcare system, and the investigation that's underway. And millions in proposed funding that could reshape San Diego's approach to road repairs. ABC 10 News at 11 starts now.
ABC 10 News at 11 starts now.
And great to have you with us this midday. I'm Jim Patton. The U.S. Coast Guard has officially suspended its rescue efforts looking for more people who may have been on that boat that capsized yesterday off the coast of Point Loma. ABC 10 News reporter Marie Coronel has the latest on the investigation.
The U.S. Coast Guard tells us they are no longer looking for people that may have been on board the boat that capsized over the weekend. This comes just as the Mexican consulate continues working to find out if the victims have any ties to Mexico. Authorities say as of Monday morning, 4 people are dead, among those 2 women and 1 man, after the boat they were in capsized near Point Loma. The 40-foot boat was struck by waves, destroying it to pieces. Officials believe there were at least 29 people on that boat. Michael Jacobson happened to be at the Cabrillo tide pools that morning and told GMA he noticed the boat from a distance. Before he knew it, it started to tip and he started recording on his cell phone.
I would have thought there were 4 people on that boat. I mean, there weren't a lot of people, 4 to 6 people on that boat. And then all of a sudden, bodies just started coming up and jumping off.
Also in that same area was Cale Foy, a Navy rescue swimmer who jumped in to help with another sailor who's training to be a Navy SEAL.
Before we jumped in the water, we looked at each other and said, all right, I'm comfortable with going into the water and going into the shore break, and the washing machine effect is what we call it. And he's like, yeah, I'm good for it too. So we both smiled at each other and we jumped in and did what we had to do.
A massive rescue effort was launched involving multiple state and federal agencies. In total, 29 people were rescued, with 1 who is listed in critical condition in the hospital. Border Patrol officials believe this boat may be connected to a human smuggling operation, and they are currently talking to the boat's captain. Reporting from Shelter Island, Marie Coronel, ABC 10 News.
Well, for months now, we've been covering the situation at the border, where Customs and Border Protection say they've had a growing number of encounters, and that trend happening at sea as well. CBP saying today they have recorded 157 maritime smuggling events in the San Diego area, which have led to more than 900 arrests. That's this fiscal year alone, which dates back to the fall. CBP says it actually had increased its presence at sea for the weekend before this incident. And Friday, they issued a warning to people looking to cross by water of the potential dangers. This morning, we saw the agency take 3 people into custody after they were released from the hospital. In exclusive video acquired by ABC News, we saw 3 patients released from the hospital and then taken into CBP custody. Now, this morning, local Congressman Scott Peters reacting to the news, calling it another example of the life-threatening dangers faced by migrants. He went on to say, while President Biden's recent announcement directly targeting traffickers is an encouraging step, our broken immigration system ultimately requires congressional action. The House took steps. Now the Senate needs to act as well. Peters referring to a plan from the White House employing federal agencies and other countries to target and disrupt smugglers. As local hospitals were taking in patients from the accident, Scripps Health was also dealing with a cyber attack, which has left many of its systems still down this morning. ABC 10 News anchor Mary McKenzie joining us now live outside Scripps La Jolla with the latest. Mary.
So, Jim, Scripps Health has said that their emergency departments, their outpatient urgent care centers, and their Scripps Health Express locations, they are all open for patient care right now. This cyber attack, though, happened over the weekend, and the entire hospital system is still dealing with major outages today. In fact, if you go to any Scripps Health hospital system websites to book a vaccine appointment, for instance, or try to access MyScripps, their online patient portal, the websites simply don't come up. In a series of tweets on Sunday, Scripps Health called it an information technology security incident. They said they suspended user access to information technology applications. And they said while many patient appointments would have to be rescheduled, they insisted that patient care was being delivered safely and effectively at their facilities. There have been no further updates today, though, leaving many to worry that sensitive patient health information, or PII, may have been compromised across these systems. And Scripps isn't offering more information on any other aspects of the hack this morning. They responded to our request for information by saying when they had more, they would alert ABC 10 News. Meanwhile, according to the Union Tribune, which says it obtained an internal Scripps memo, it paints a more comprehensive picture of the impact. Medical personnel being forced to use paper records for the time being, and electronic monitoring of patients' vital signs as well as medical imaging resources compromised, although the former, while critical, can be performed manually if necessary. And several sources have told ABC 10 News that other hospitals were taking in patients over the weekend who were diverted from Scripps hospitals. We talked with the CIO of UCSD Health just a little while ago. And we did ask specifically about the Del Mar vaccination site, which is run by Scripps Health. Both the county and Scripps responded to that request for information. The site, we understand, is up and running normally through the state's My Turn system, which is entirely separate from Scripps Health. Now, the CIO of UCSD Health did call this a nightmare scenario for any hospital system. You're going to hear more from him at 11:30, including the impacts, the timing of that deadly accident yesterday as this health system, these hospitals, were dealing with this cyber attack. Reporting live in La Jolla this morning, Mary McKenzie, ABC 10 News.
Mary, thank you very much. And many more could be on the verge of becoming eligible for the vaccine. Federal regulators weighing whether to green light the Pfizer vaccine for use in children. And that decision could come as early as this week. ABC's Alex Perche has more.
This week, the U.S. could expand the war against COVID-19 to a new battlefront. The FDA weighing whether to grant emergency use authorization of Pfizer's vaccine for 12 to 15-year-olds. Experts say vaccinating younger populations is critical because even though they are less likely to get seriously ill, they can still get and spread COVID to others, especially when indoors, close together, or interacting with people outside of their homes. 12-year-old Caleb Chung was part of Pfizer's trial earlier this year.
I definitely hope we get back to whatever we would call normal.
The Pfizer vaccine has already been approved for teens 16 and up. Community vaccination sites like this popping up over the weekend in Florida.
We worked with the Florida Department of Health in Orange County to determine which schools they wanted to focus on.
Experts say expanding eligibility is a key. More than 104 million Americans now fully vaccinated, but demand has slowed. The CDC saying daily shots are down 22%. Some states now offering incentives for vaccinations. Meanwhile, in India, extra vaccines and supplies can't come soon enough. The country with a record-breaking 400,000 plus daily new cases this weekend, more than 3,600 deaths.
They had to turn the ambulance around and drop off his body back to the house.
The U.S. already sending aid, and Moderna now pledging 500 million doses of vaccine to poorer countries around the world. And the U.S. travel ban on flights from India is set to take effect starting Tuesday.
But U.S. travel elsewhere is on the rise. More than 1.6 million Americans passed through TSA checkpoints Sunday, setting a pandemic air travel record and nearly 10 times higher than this time last year. Alex Perche, ABC News, Washington.
Now, this morning, a follow-up to a story that we told you about last week. The city of San Diego overhauling its approach to road repairs. Mayor Todd Gloria this morning proposing a dedicated fund totaling $40 million for road repairs, specifically in underserved neighborhoods. It's part of a larger plan to address inequities in San Diego. Officials say the repaved roads would help improve infrastructure in neighborhoods that in the past have not been prioritized.
It comes to choosing which projects receive funding, this will no longer be a top-down decision. I'm asking for my partners in governing in Council Districts 4, 8, and 9 to go out into their communities and let us know the kinds of projects that work best for the people that live in those communities.
Now, we're expecting to get more details on the program in the months ahead. Happening today, the latest in a new effort from the district attorney's office to review hundreds of local sentences that may have been too harsh. A case being resentenced in court today, that of 84-year-old James Rivera, who was convicted decades ago for a series of burglaries in Rancho Santa Fe and sentenced to 140 years to life in prison. DA's office says it's looking into hundreds more cases with lengthy prison terms. They're also working with local nonprofits, they say, to set up these people for a smooth transition back into the community, helping them get work and a place to sleep, among other things.